Hey guys, and welcome back to the Cornerstone series here in Hardcore Minecraft. Lyrics Messiah here, and last episode we built this church. Yeah, I like it. And it's not completely done because we still have to. Yeah, this piece is missing, but we still have to like fix the interior and stuff. But what we're gonna do with this church is we're gonna put a bunch of villagers in here, right? And so I think before I do the interior, I'm gonna try to start getting them in here. So I set up this railway system, and this needs power, like so. Yeah, and it leads from in our village breeder, and I actually probably am going to need to turn this back on, which yeah, I just put these beds. I cover these beds with like blocks, so then the villagers don't think they're available anymore because they're not accessible, and so that stops them from making babies. But now they should get back to it. Let me just go sleep right quick. And so what we're gonna do today is we are gonna fill that place with librarians, so that we could get all of our enchantment needs completely squared away. I think what that means is we're gonna need a total of maybe like almost 30 villagers. I think not quite 30, but somewhere around there. And then we're gonna need to make a bunch of lecterns, which I don't know that we have everything we need for that, but we're gonna try to figure it out. This is what I do. So to get the villagers in the minecart, I activate, yeah, and there. And so that powers the minecart. So if I wasn't in the way, the minecart would like constantly be just going back and forth. And yep, just like that, it picks up a villager. So let's break that one first. And then he should stop once he gets back over there. Yep. And then once that's done, then I could always just put this pod rail back. I usually have another one there, but maybe I'll be fine without it. Yeah. He's off. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Okay, cool, cool. So he made it all the way up. I was worried he would start rolling back down, but no. All the way in. Yep, and off the tracks. So, I think what we're gonna do, I want to give him access to a bed as well as his workstation. Um, okay, so I bred the cows, I sheared the sheep actually, and I grabbed some wood because what we need to make a lectern is bookshelves actually. So we're gonna need a lot more books than I thought. But I'm trying to map this out because I think I'll have him like stand here, and the lectern will be right here, and he could just stand there, and the lectern could be right here, and he'll be fine. And then there's the bed. I just no, maybe I'll put the lectern there. I just want him to be able to access the bed. Is like the thing. I know he doesn't need to, but it just feels right to me. Actually, this might be easier if I just put some rails. I could push it back onto the rail and then it should pop off right there, right? Let's see. No. Come on. There we go. Nice. Let me put some temporary blocks in here. I'll put the lectern maybe there. And then this will be all filled in. I'll pop this torch because it might get dark. So then he should not be able to like pop out. And then That should be a full block. This will also be a full block like so. And then I think what we have to do is put right? I don't know if you need to do this, but I think if I put a trapdoor right here, then for sure he can't get out. And even if I break that, actually, I could get in. He can't get out. Nice. Okay, that's good. Let me see if I could right quick make a single lectern. Because what happens is the villagers, when they find their workstation, Minecraft automatically assigns them like some trades, right? And so you see it. Yes, like these guys, when they first popped up, I think these first two, Minecraft gives them it. But if you break their workstation and then place it back down again, then it re-rolls their trades. And so for librarians, one of their first two trades is an enchanted book. And so what that means for us is if we don't like the book that they have at the beginning, we could just break the lectern. Oh, yeah, we could just break the lectern and then place it back down again, and then they should have a different trade. And we could do that until we get what we're looking for. And so we're gonna do that as many times as it takes for us to get all of what we are looking for. You got to go. Yeah, so the last episode was actually a little bit interesting. Like I worked on this build, and that was a process for me. Like I was just kind of freestyling it as I went, and then like I I liked how the one side looked, and I did the roof and everything, and then I was trying to do it on the other side, and it was so hard. Um, it took like so much back and forth. It took a long time. I had to cut out like a lot of footage of me just like standing there looking at it, trying to figure out like what's wrong. Um, we will need planks. This is gonna take a lot of wood. Luckily we have. All right, let's see. So books, like so, and then bookshelf, like so, and then lectern. I actually want to use these instead. So, bingo. What's his name? If this is facing me, is that fine? Like, does he still, like, he still does. Alright, good. And so here you see it. So our librarian, he just became a librarian. And you see he has Riptide, right? So what I'm gonna do, oh, nice, we get it back. Place it back down again. And now he has Lunge 3. So, let me just see what we want. We don't want lunge, do we? Lunge is for what you call it, a spear. And I actually don't think we care about spears. So, nope. Smite 2. Smite goes up to 5. So we don't want that either. Flame. Okay, you know what? We could take flame. So what we need to do is we need to lock in that trade, right? And the way that we do it is by just trading with him. So I'm just gonna like get some emeralds. And so once I trade with him once, even if I like break the lectern, I believe he should keep that trade, right? If it does go away, that's actually gonna be good to know. So let's see, flame. Oh, it's just 11. Okay. Oh, and we need a book. It was a good thing I had one. So I buy flame from him. Oh, wait. I could just buy more bookshelves from this guy. Oh, what? Oh, that's great. That gives us 2. Okay. Anyway, let me see something. So that's gone. Ho ho ho. But our guy is still a librarian. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Alright. So what I'm gonna do right now, just for safety, gonna keep him in there. And then we're gonna move on to the next one. So what I am gonna do is I'm just gonna get all these villagers up here into their spots and lock in the trades that we actually want. Um, I've already shown you guys like how it works, so now I'll just do the rest of it in a time lapse. So let me say this now. I know I'm gonna say this again because I'm sitting down editing this video right now, but this whole process took forever, bro. Like getting the levels. Yes, we have the spawners, but just like grinding to get levels and then getting the emeralds. So waiting for the iron farm to produce enough iron to trade to get the emeralds, and then just re-rolling all the trades, like breaking so many lecterns, placing them down, breaking them, placing them down, breaking them, placing them down, and even like waiting for the villagers to grow up. Like, bro, this was a whole process. This took me like 3 different sessions on 3 different days, and which is like ends up in like what 17 minutes video, but that's fine. Now it's the new year, and I'm actually really excited for this year. I feel like there's just so much potential. There's so much in store, and I'm excited like for life and for the things that I'm gonna experience. But I'm also excited for this channel and the things I'll experience here. You know, the friends I'll make, the community that we build. Like I said, my goal here is to try to upload a video every day during the week, as much as possible. Which, if I were to actually do that, it would be like almost 260 something videos or something like that. Instead, I think I'll calculate for some days off, some holidays in between there. But just imagine, like, if I put out like 200 videos, you know, or even like 150 videos, like, that's kind of insane. Like, just imagine the potential of what could happen, you know. And I don't know for you, maybe you have some big plans for this year. You know, this is like when everybody starts making New Year's resolutions. Some of them stick, some of them die off. I would actually encourage you to stick to your New Year's resolutions, and I think the easiest way to do that is to set realistic goals. You know, like, think about last year, the resolutions that you set at the beginning of the year last year, and how that turned out, and don't just do the exact same thing again. So, like, for example, you know, I know a lot of people talk about like going to the gym or like eating in a particular way or even like getting abs. Like, all right, cool, you have some physical goals, some body related goals. All right, what does the big picture look like, right? So let's say you do want to get abs. Let's say that's the big goal. Great. Now, what would it look like to break that down to the smallest chunk that would help you achieve that, right? I know a big part of getting abs is actually diet. But before we even change our diet, we could talk about just water. So maybe you decide, you know what I'll do is this year, for breakfast, I will only drink water. No juice, no soft drink, no coffee, you know, like something really small. And you stick to that. Because I found like if you are able to make progress on some of these small goals, it actually compounds. And then you could move on to like bigger goals as the year goes on. You don't have to start with a big thing. Like, do the small thing first. And then see how the big thing comes. Oh my gosh. There it is. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We got every enchantment that we want. Not every enchantment that exists. Like, I didn't take anything that would go on a spear. I didn't take anything that would go on a crossbow. Nothing that goes on a trident. I didn't take like Frostwalker because I don't want that. Or any of the curses, like Curse of Vanishing or Curse of Binding. Like, nope, not ours. But everything that we want, we have now. I just need to trade with that one last villager. So let me just grab some emeralds, and then we'll do that. Well. And it just so happened to all fit into this singular chest, which is great. But you'll see, so for bow, we have Flame, Infinity, Punch 2, Power 5. And then for our tools, we have Efficiency 5. We have, well, this is for our armor. We have Fortune Tree, we have Unbreaking Tree, we have Silk Touch. And then for our armor, so like I said, we have Feather Fallen 4, Protection 4, Projectile Protection 4, Fire Protection 4, Blast Protection 4, Thorns 3, Mending for everything, Respiration 3, Depth Strider 3, Aqua Affinity. For sword, we have Knockback 2, Sweeping Edge, Losing 3, Bane of Arthropods, just for the spider spawner, Smite, again for the zombies, Sharpness 5, Fire Aspect 2, and then for our Fishing Rod, we have Lure 3, and Luck of the Sea. Wow, that took so long. Originally, I was going to try to find some more space because we were running out of places to fit them. I was even thinking about going up there. So in the future, like if we need to put more villagers, I suppose we could. But for now, this is all good. And I actually think I'm gonna I'm gonna decorate some of these spots with bookshelves. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. A lot of grinding later, and I'm not gonna lie. Like my whole goal was actually to get all of our tools, and you'll see I still have this iron pickaxe, and even our sword is not where I want it to be. I have these extra books and stuff, but this actually takes a lot more time than I realized. Trading to get the emeralds, and then also grinding to get the levels. You see I only have 4 levels left, but it's all set up. All of our villages are in here, every single enchantment that we want right now. And if you look at my armor, on my helmet, I have Fire Protection, 4 Respiration, Aqua Affinity, Unbreaking, Mending. On my chestplate, Fire Protection, Thorns, Unbreaking, Mending. On the pants, Blast Protection, Thorns, Unbreaking, Mending. And the boots, don't worry about the boots. So if you look right here, you'll see we have these boots, which they've got Projectile Protection, Feather Fallen, Depth Strider, Thorns, Unbreaking, and Mending. So these will be our nether boots, and actually, I'll just pop those right on, because we are gonna go exploring in the nether. I really wanted to wait until we had proper armor, and boys, we do now. So that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one, where we will be going to the nether. Peace.